Hello, Args. How are you doing?
I'm doing alright. Farm Sim Guy, how are you?
Yeah, not too bad at all. Not too bad at all.
That's good.
Another day on the farm.
It is another day on the farm, and we were just talking about what we're going to get done, and there's plenty still to do.
There is indeed. We've still got one field of barley down at the bottom by the entrance to the farm, haven't we?
Yep.
And we've got all those weeds to respray because we did it at the wrong time.
Yes. So it's a bit patchy, so hopefully the see and spray technology will come into its own for that one.
Yeah, it shouldn't take too long, should it? And then after that, the barley fields, we're going to reseed straight away with soybeans because we've got this quite handy crop calendar on this map.
Yeah, so we're right in that window for that double cropping with the cereal crop and then straight into soybeans, so don't want to miss that window and that opportunity.
No, definitely not.
Speaking of soybeans, we need to remember to sell those ones next month too.
We do. It's almost like we need an alert or something.
When the price is right.
Okay, well, I think I'll do the combining. I think we agreed that, didn't we?
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, I'll jump in the sprayer and go and get those weeds done. It'll be interesting, actually. I've got quite a bit of ground to cover, but we'll see who gets done first.
I know, yeah, a little race.
Do you want a hand bringing equipment over?
No, I'll let you get started. You've got 3 fields to do, so I should be all right.
Okay.
I think I might just take a truck down. I might leave the auger wagon and just leave a truck at the end of the field.
Yeah. Remember, it yields quite well, though, so you might not get the whole way around the field.
True.
So bear that in
We'll
mind.
find out.
All right. Have fun. We'll catch up with you a little bit later.
Yep, sounds good.
Well, hello, everyone. Welcome back to Hanna, Indiana. CFSG's off to get the combines. They look quite cool lined up there, don't they? Just peeking out around the shed. We took the headers off and we've left them parked up, so it'll be a little bit easier. Less fluffing around for FSG, but we're going to go grab the John Deere sprayer, that wonderful sprayer from LR Modding. We're going to head in here and tackle the weeds. Now, the weeds are a bit patchy. You can sort of see they're not everywhere. And in fact, we have a look on the map. You can see we've got these really interesting lines where they're only sort of going in one direction, and then we've got the patchy nature that comes with precision farming. So I don't know what's caused that, why we've got it in different ways or whatnot, but it is what it is. We'll go and tackle them because we obviously want to make the most of the yield that we can. So we will go grab the sprayer. There goes FSG with the header. We've got to go fill it up. There is already herbicide in the trailer. I had to go and check that just before. So we'll go and pull the sprayer out, check its diesel, everything like that, and then we'll go and get into some spraying. And bird fly into the shed just then. Right, let's jump up in here and go and get things started. Well, diesel's looking good. We've got more than enough, but we don't have much herbicide in here. Not much left over from when FSG was spraying, so we will head on over here. There's no point pulling the trailer out. We can top up everything from in here. So once again, this wonderful tender trailer from Perma's Modding. So we think if we just leave the sprayer right about there, we'll go and jump in the truck. And we can turn the little pump there on, and we should be able to overload from the truck into the sprayer. So sitting up in here while we've got the spray trailer selected, turn the truck on, we should be able to power that up. And straight away we've got the option to overload our herbicide. So that will run into there. Now if we go and jump back over here into the sprayer, we should see that our levels, in fact we can probably stand here and see that our herbicide level's gone up. It's already 37, step back again. It must be full, is it? Let's have a look. Here it already is full. That was pretty quick, pretty speedy. So we'll leave that there. Go and turn the truck off. And then I think we're going to go start in the smaller fields, get those 2 done. Be nice to run along beside FSG while he's working in the field, while we're in this big field. So we'll go and make a start. So into the field, we'll get the booms all unfolded, and then we'll go through the process of setting up our guidance steering, get our GPS course all lined up. Now hopefully, just looking at that boom as it opens out, I think we've just about nailed being in the right rows. In fact, I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that as a victory because I reckon we've just about picked that perfectly to be lined up there. Look at that. Ideal. Right, we can probably, because we're in this corn and the corn's a little bit taller, just get to the right controls here and we can raise that back up so we're not knocking all of the tops of our corn off. And we should be able to now put that arm just down just a little bit more, get it more horizontal. There we go. Things turned on here. There we are. And as we've talked about before, we do have the see and spray technology, and you can see it working as we drive along, but the server lag seems to, in fact we're not seeing it there. I think it's the server lag which causes us the issue, nothing more. by the time that the sprayer has recognised it's required to spray. In fact, it is working. Just the angle there with the light, a bit harder to see, but there we go, we're up and going, and spot spraying, which is great. So we'll head along this row. Looks like we had a little bit of overlap there when we were seeding that didn't quite get done. We'll turn our GPS on, set up our course as we run along here. A and B point didn't take long to do because we're going so fast, and there we are, all set up. Turn the lines on, and that looks perfect for the width of the boom and everything like that. So, FSG, you can see he's got the combine down here, gone for the Lexion. Looks like he's picked the one with the tyres, not the tracks. And, well, fortunately, or not fortunately, not quite sure what's going on there. We've got a big rubber band. Some description. What on earth is that? I have to go and have a look at this. Not quite sure what FSG has got going on there. That is interesting. Oh, and he's about to run us over. And he's driving through the truck. In fact, it's almost like the pickup's not there, because that car just went straight through it as well. Interesting. Very interesting. Right, well, we'll leave him to it, because I'm not sure what I'm seeing. He's harvested a part of the field too. Whoa. Alright, we're getting some interesting glitches going on there. We'll leave FSG to it, and we are going to go and carry on with our spraying. That was most interesting. Alright, well there we go. That is us finished on the spraying. We just have a look in the map. So we've missed a little bit just there, but other than that, we've got everything done. So while we've got the sprayer out, we'll go back over and do that. Now, I don't know what was happening with the server, but if you watch back closely, or if you picked it up during the time lapse, you would have seen nothing was moving. FSG was stationary, it looked like he wasn't doing anything. The pickup was parked across the middle of the road, even the traffic wasn't moving. And we were consuming liquid herbicide, or consuming herbicide at an exorbitant amount of rate of knots. I think I filled up 3 or 4 times since we restarted the server. So after the last refill, I restarted the server, both logged out, both restarted, and everything's now going swimmingly as it should. We've hardly used any herbicide up, so not sure what was going on. Obviously it's some sort of multiplayer server issue there with synchronization, or not sure what it was. I just can't put our fingers on it, but that was an issue, and we've got it fixed, which is good. We were starting to panic about what we might do if we had to go back and redo things, but there we are finished. So what I'm going to do now, we're going to go and grab a grain cart, help FSG out with the last part of that field. He's been saying that the yields are phenomenal over there, so if we can help him by keeping the combine moving with the grain cart, then that will be a big help and keep things going. And then we can get over here, grab a couple of these seed hawks and go and get some soybeans put into the ground. Args at FSG.
Go ahead, Args.
That's me all finished with the spraying, so I thought I'd grab a grain cart and come over and give you a hand to get that field finished.
Yeah, thanks, mate. I'm chewing through the most high-yielding crop I think I've ever seen. It's crazy.
Oh, that's good. Bodes well for earning us more money.
It certainly does.
Alright, I'm on my way.
Roger that.
Alright, there you go. We are on our way over. You can see he's probably about halfway. Well, he'd be more than halfway because he's onto some shorter rows, but he doesn't have to run back down here to the truck to unload like he had been. We should be able to get it done just that little bit quicker. But now that we know that the traffic's moving, we've got to quickly check for that. Can't see anything. So let's go, head down, and we'll get him unloaded. We'll just get up here next to him. Doesn't look like he's too full. He's probably going to be okay. Carrying on. We'll let him wrap around there. And, oh, he's putting his auger out, so maybe he does want us to unload. We will go around the other side. Here we go, he's waiting for us. We'll go get out whatever's in the bin, just so make sure he can get to the other end without any issues. There we go. Still a decent amount in here. Still a decent amount, which is good. There we go, 9,000 litres. So it must have almost been a half a hopper actually for him, so very good thing we did come and eat down that. Right, well, we're just going to race through and get this done, and probably just see when the field's finished. Probably not too much point in recording any of this. I'm sure FSG will have some nice time-lapse or montage of the harvest anyhow, so go and make sure you check out his perspective. So we're going to leave FSG with just a little section up there, a little triangle still to finish off. He'll be able to put that all into the combine, and then he can run it over here and put it in the truck. I figured we might as well head back up to the yard and go and get some seeders sorted out, get things set up and ready, so when he's finished over here, this thing's packed up, we can be straight into some planting and some soybeans in the ground, which would be great. I think if we had a look at how much we've got in terms of soybeans sitting in the silo at the moment to sell, wow, we'd be looking pretty good. In fact, this truck looks like it might just about be full. In fact, it will be full by the time we put this in there. If I can get it actually in the truck, that'd be a good start. Right, there we go. Let's just pull this up a little bit further. It should adjust the spout. We're going to fit it all into the truck or not. Going to be touch and go. It does mean that FSG is probably not going to fit it all in. Out of the combine? No, and we can't even fit it all in. Right, well, we'll leave the grain cart there. We'll take the truck back over. Go get this emptied out. So we'll get these hoppers emptied out, and then we'll actually take a look at how much we've got. I think we had 636,000 litres after doing the big field here behind the bins, so it'll be interesting to see how much we've ended up with off that little front field. This is the second truckload, so it's at least 120,000 litres that have come out of there, plus whatever is left over in the grain cart and the combine when it gets over here. So maybe looking at 130,000 litres. Not too bad. not a bad little profit, or not a bad little yield off that field. And there we go, that is empty. Now, what I might do, just leave the truck here, because what we can do is bring the grain cart over, dump it into the front hopper, and then we can back the truck back up over that and unload it all. It's only 5,000 litres from the combine and the grain cart. It's not a huge amount, but all counts, right? I'm going to get this dumped into the truck, into the bins, and I think then we'll be good to get things started. In fact, we've got to go get those combines out of the field too. Not going to be very easy to plant out there with those all blocking the way. So we'll have to sort that out, and then we'll be able to go and get those soybeans started. It's the last piece of equipment to shuffle. Got the combines and everything out of the way, grain heads are out of the way. Just got to get this grain cart out of the way, and then we'll be good. Get those beans, those few bits of barley there to empty into the bin as well. Better not forget about those and leave them in the trailer. Let's bring this in over here. As good a place as any really to leave it parked. If we just stop just before the auger, there we go. Drop that off there, and that should be good. We'll pull this around. You want to get hooked up to the other seed hawk. Alright, all topped up, ready to go.
Yeah, it took a bit longer than expected.
It did, it did. I don't know what all these tyre tracks on the ground are from.
Yeah, I've fessed up. I've fessed up to the viewers.
Oh, good. Good, yeah. Little accident. These things happen. Right, soybeans. Make sure you've got those selected in your planter, and go and get some planted.
On both planters, mate.
Good man. Organised, I like it. Right.
You think we've got enough fertiliser in?
Soybeans don't need fertiliser, do they?
I don't know, the nitrogen looks quite low on the field.
I don't think soybeans plant with nitrogen.
Maybe not. We'll give it a go. We'll give it a go, shall we?
I think we'll be alright. Tell you what,
let's do it.
I'll tell you what, if I'm wrong, I'll buy you a drink.
Alright, deal. I'll hold you that. In person.
In person, not long to go. Right. Let's get going. Alright, there we go. You can see we do have soybeans selected. We've had this little bug and discussed this many a time. It's not a problem that we can still see the wheat. That is just part of how the seeders display. I'm just turning a little bit tight in there. It's just how they do it. So it is what it is. Once it gets down and out of the first bin, it will display as soybeans selected. So I'll get this unfolded.
Got to have a GPS course for this.
And we'll see about getting things set up. Hopefully, if FSG's just said in my ear, we should have a GPS course set up for these seeders in this field. Because it's what we used last time. So we'll have a look and see what we've got. Alright, well there we go. You can see our lines all set up. We did have a GPS course running. So we'll turn that on. Get things going. You can see our soybeans are going down. And of course our fertilizer is not changing at all because we don't need to. We'll turn our GPS course on, or we're going to not get that planted in the right spot. We'll tidy that up when we finish the headland pass. Get that last little bit. There we go. Nitrogen's not going down at all. Fertilizer's not going down at all because soybeans require no nitrogen. You can see that on the flag up in the top corner. So we're underway.
Well, Args, looks like I'm buying the drinks.
To say I was mildly confident would be an understatement, but I'm sure we've plenty of chance to buy each other one. Well, there we are, all up and underway. Sounds like we're going to get a beer out of FSG when we're over in Scotland very soon, which will be great. No fertiliser being used. Anyhow, I think there's nothing left here. We are just going to crack straight into this field, get these beans planted as fast as we can, get the field all done and dusted. We've got the little one over the road to do as well. So let's just chop into this work and get as much done as we can. On our way down the last pass here, FSG's going to go and try and pick those couple of bits up. They never seed. It's something to do with the terrain. It's just a little bit uneven in there, and when you've got a big wide seeder, it just doesn't seem to get very good contact with the ground. So hopefully you can get those sorted. If not, it's not too big an issue in this field. But we've chewed through almost a full hopper of seed there. You can see the soybeans down the bottom. We've got about 100 litres left. Obviously haven't used any of the fertiliser because, like we talked about at the start, soybeans don't use nitrogen, so very cheap crop to plant from that perspective. Anyhow, we are just going to head on down this last pass, and I suppose we did talk about doing the field, or just one of us planting the field over the road, but we haven't talked about it, whether we just both shoot down there and get it done. Be a lot faster just to both run around there and just get it finished, really. So we'll see. We'll get to the end of this one and have a chat to FSG. And there we go, field done. Alright, let's just pause there for a sec, turn off all the fans, get the toolbar lifted up, and we'll get those wings on it folded up so we can head on over the road. See FSG down there in the distance, looks like he's got those last couple of pieces tidied up as best he can, and we'll be doing the same as what we are. So we'll get over there and have a chat to him. All done, FSG?
Yeah, that was. It's always efficient, this field. I don't know what it is about it. Maybe it's just the fact it's square and we were just running at pace. Big
long passes too. Not too much turning around or anything like that, which makes a difference.
That's right. Yeah.
Very good. I think we
another tick in the box.
Yeah, soybeans in, and we were just looking before actually while we were out there working. The soybeans are actually at a good price to sell now, so I think next week we might try and get some of those sold, or at least you might be, because I don't think I'll be here.
That's right. Yeah, you're gonna. About time you had a week off. Me always has a week off. So yeah. Yeah. No, I may jump on next week. There's a few little jobs that need doing, isn't there? So
yeah,
I can get all those tidied up.
Sounds good. Alright, well, thank you as always. Apart from a few little server issues here and there, and someone dumping a load of totes out of their air cut, it was good fun.
Yeah, guilty as charged.
And I'll make sure I hold you up to that beer in a couple of weeks' time too.
Yeah, I definitely owe you that one.
There'll be a few of those drunk, I think.
Here's hoping.
Indeed. Alright, buddy, you have a great week, and we'll catch up with you again soon.
Likewise, mate. Yeah, chat to you soon.
Alright, take care. Bye.
Cheers, bye.
Well, there we go. That is us done here at Hanna, Indiana for another week. Soybeans in, or most of the soybeans in. Just a few more to go, which is great. Good to get those coming out, because as you saw, they can make a decent amount of profit, and it'll be interesting to see how many litres and what our potential yield is going to be off that off that field, because well, we've got $370,000 if FSG goes and gets those all sold next week, which would be great. Throw that in with the barley, and obviously what we've got planted, a whole lot of corn, a whole lot of wheat, and now some soybeans. Things are looking rosy. Things are looking very, very good indeed. Anyhow, that is it for us for another episode from the Farm Sim Guy and myself. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you have enjoyed that, and we'll catch you in the next one.